Hello and welcome back to the channel which discusses all things aviation. Angelo Dube welcoming you back. Today we're in conversation with the pilot from Egypt, Adel Refay. He holds a CPL from South Africa and an ATPL from Egypt. I hope you'll enjoy listening to him and his story of how he found training in South Africa to be like, his entire experience. I'm alright. We have a cold front approaching South Africa, but we're keeping well.
Yeah, I've been reading about it.
Yeah.
Looks like a tough one.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very strong one. Yeah.
Yeah.
How are things up there?
Well, quite hot. Actually, very hot here.
Okay.
Yeah. It gets up to 40 degrees sometimes.
Yeah, that's absurd.
And we're still in the beginning of summer.
Oh, we're in the summer right now.
The beginning of summer.
Okay.
Yeah, but everything is going slow. That Corona has affected everything.
But we believe we will come out of Corona.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm actually hoping it ends soon. I believe it will end soon.
It should.
I'm really happy to see you, man.
Yeah, same thing here, man.
Yeah, we didn't talk for a while. Last time we
met in Cape Town.
We met in Cape Town, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Otherwise, everything is all right your side.
No, everything is well. Everything is well.
I actually like your YouTube channel. Looks great, and you're doing a great job there.
Thank you. Thank you. We're trying to grow it, one viewer at a time.
Yeah, no, you're doing a great job there, I must say.
Thanks
it's such an honor to be part of it.
Yeah, and thanks to you for coming through, because the whole point
anytime
is to get young people to say, look, this thing can be done.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Let's get into that a little bit about yourself and your experience.
Well, okay, I am Adel. I'm an Egyptian guy. I had my business degree in Egypt, and I sorted my military service out. Military service in Egypt is quite compulsory, so we have to do it after we finish our education journey. I got that sorted in Egypt. Then I decided, okay, I want to follow my dream. It's been there for a while. Like, it's been there since I was in grade 4.
Oh.
That I want to fly. Yeah.
Excuse me.
So, no, it's fine. So, yeah. Just decided to go to. Firstly, actually, I was looking at the US, then Europe, because as you know, everybody says the European license is kind of the best in the world. So I was looking into it. Then I got a friend in my way. He directed me to Cape Town, to South Africa in general, and he said it's quite cheap to do it there. Living cost and educational, like everything, flying cost as well. He said it's quite cheaper than Europe, because Europe is really, really expensive. Anyway, so yeah, I flew to Cape Town, started my training there. That's quick thing about what I actually did. Yeah, it was a great experience, I must say. I am so happy I did it in Cape Town. I did all my training in Cape Town. Actually, one of the best steps I've done in my life is flying to Cape Town, and living there has taught me a lot. And as they say, the people in Cape Town, if you ever visit Cape Town, you will always want to go back there. And I do have that feeling now. It just feels like second home. Yeah, it just feels like my home, man. It just feels weird not being able to go there.
I know what you mean, because I'm up in Joburg now, but now and again I think back to the good times in Cape Town, and I always say to myself, I've got to go back there,
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
No,
it's been a good experience. Yeah.
Okay. No, it's good to see that your story is similar to the stories of many aviators. It always goes back to childhood. We all had a dream
Yeah.
as a child, and we had to pursue it as adults. Yeah.
Mine, if you excuse me, mine wasn't really looking at the airplanes and want to be a pilot and that. No, actually, mine was quite weird because it was because of my dad's friend, his best friend. For years, I was actually named after him. He passed away now. So yeah, it was. I used to look at him and see like a real pilot. He had that look. He was like always professional. The way he sits, the way he talks, he, the way he does everything was just different. He always had a good look. You never seen him with a messy hair or anything. And whenever he used to talk to me about flying and what he does and all that, it used to be great. That's how it started, or that what sparked it with me. Then I started looking into it till I said, okay, now I want to be there. I want to look like that man. That's how it started with me.
All right.
Yeah.
So basically,
that's how I got it.
You're touching on a point I touched on in an earlier video, where I was talking about whether to buy or to make your own pilot shirts so they fit you. And I'm picking up from your story that from the way your dead friend presented himself, his image, his outlook, is what got you thinking, this is what I need to do when I grow up. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much. Yeah, that's what opened my eyes on that industry. Yes. Okay. Then when I started knowing about it, I actually loved it, and I loved to be part of it. And when I actually got into it, I was so happy I did it. Like, I don't see myself doing anything or being anything else. I can't just imagine myself being anything else, I'm sure you know how it feels, or you know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Once an aviator, always an aviator.
Yeah.
All right. So what would you say are the most useful subjects at school, perhaps high school subjects? So before we cut off, my question was, what would you say the most useful subjects that helped you? I know that you already have a university degree, perhaps high school subjects and university training as well, that helped you in your journey.
Okay, so what I have studied my whole life before I start with the aviation studies had totally nothing to do with being a pilot. I didn't take physics or chemistry or anything or math in school. Only the beginners or the beginning is like just small stuff. So I didn't really I didn't have any interest in these things because I don't know how to say it, but I was a busy young dude. I was just running around and just want to have fun. I didn't really care about being up there. I didn't care about being a doctor or an engineer or whatever. No, I just wanted to have fun. So I usually chose the easy subjects. That's what I thought. So even my university, my degree, I had to go to a private university because my marks wasn't really good enough for the government one. So I didn't have any thing related to aviation or anything that helped me with aviation. Actually, I had it was a pretty tough beginning when I started studying being a pilot. It was really, really tough. Language-wise, I had a huge language barrier. It was really bad. I actually have a bit of a funny story about this point. When I decided, okay, now that's the school I'm going to and that's where I'm going to. Okay, before I go, I needed to take some English classes.
I seem to have lost you there.
some English classes for 6 months. I thought, okay, now I'm good enough. I'm actually perfect for the purpose I'm going for. And when I get there, it's totally, I was taking my English classes with an American guy in Cairo. When I got there, it's a totally different accent. That was the first thing, but I said, no, it's fine, don't worry. So I get to the school. The first week I got there on a Saturday. We started on a Monday. We had like evening classes. So they said, okay, you're going to start with this group if you want to start from now. So I said, yes, let's just do it. I want to get done soon. So I start with a class, meteorology. That was the first subject I started with. And we had an Afrikaans guy giving us a ground school. So you can imagine like a very rich Afrikaans English accent standing there. Yes, and he's talking for hours every night. And first night I thought maybe it's just me because I don't know anything about the subjects. I don't know about, like, I just don't know anything about aviation yet, you know. So it's me, it's not them. So we take the first night, second night, third night. I was sitting there at the end of in the corner there crying. Promise you, I was crying. I was like, why? What did I get myself into? Why did I come here? What is happening? Am I not, like, I just thought I can't do it. I thought it's me. Well, it's not my thing. Maybe I should just go back home. From the first 3 days, I just had that impression, like, no, maybe I should just go back home because now I'm wasting money and I'm wasting time, and clearly this thing is not for me. So yeah, I just went to one of the instructors there, and I spoke to him and I told him, like, this is how I feel and that's what I've been going through. And he just kept laughing at me and saying, no, it's normal, don't worry, it's just the beginning. Every Arab guy or every foreigner that comes here, English is not your native language. English is going to be a barrier, it's going to be an issue for you, but it's fine. You just need to keep going and you will get it. And actually, I just got my book. I took the whole ground school for that subject. I didn't understand a word, not a single word. Then I just kept taking my book every day, going home. I'm sitting there. I have a pencil and I have Google Translate next to me. And I promise you, I almost translated every single word in that book.
Wow, but that helped.
I promise you. Yes, well, definitely. That book was rewrote in Arabic with a pencil. Yeah, that's the one book I have with me. Like, I took home with me. The rest of the books I gave away. This one book, I just kept it for me, for myself.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. Then the second book, I didn't struggle as much. I only translated almost half of it. Then the third book was much easier. Then kept going. I didn't need to translate anything. I didn't need to even use any Google Translate or any app for that matter. I just got through it. Yeah, no, it really helped me with the language so much. And also living and practicing the language in an English environment helped so much with my language, improving my English. Yes, definitely. Nice. Yeah, that's the biggest barrier or the biggest step I had, which when I got there, the language barrier was really, really difficult.
No, it's interesting hearing your challenges, especially for someone who's not a native speaker of the language. I reckon that's a common challenge for most students. But from your experience, it's obvious that determination and actually wanting this thing and practicing every day will get you there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or studying to be a pilot actually taught me to keep going and never give up, because one day it will get there. You will get there. You will make it. You will have to make it if you keep going.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's talk about the hard part, the finances. I know aviation training is very expensive.
Exactly. Yeah. we know it starts counting since that propeller starts turning. Just counts on you. Well, I was a lucky guy to have my parents having my back and supporting me and investing in me. Um, I won't say it was the easiest for them, but it was definitely easy for me. They made it easy for me. I didn't really have to go through thinking of how I'm going to do it or how I'm going to get a loan, or they had all that sorted for me. They went and took a loan. Uh, they just sorted all the money story for me, living cost. Even they went through some difficulties to get it done. But yeah, they did it. I didn't feel it until I came back. Then they started telling me what they went through
I can
to get
imagine.
me to get it done. But it is really very expensive. I could feel it at the end when I got my com exams done and started with my hour building. Uh, then I started feeling the money just flying. Like I would have like 60,000 in my account in a week. It's done. It's over. It's gone. So quick, and you just feel like, wow, it's 60,000, and I don't have a cent of them.
In 1 week.
Yeah, it
But
is
I
tough.
guess the fact that you were doing coastal flights,
Yeah,
did something to lift up your spirits in a
exactly.
way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it
Um,
did.
all right. Now, what would you say were your highlights in your entire training
Uh,
experience?
well, I would say every first thing of my journey. Like for example, the day I was getting on a plane out of Cairo to Cape Town, that was also a weird or like a strange feeling. I had like a very exciting and happy feeling. Same time I was scared. I'm not going to visit a country and come back. No, I'm going to stay there. I'm studying there, and it just was like a totally different thing. That was the first thing. Then my first flight in Cape Town, that was most of guys feel sick when they go flying. I didn't feel any sick. I was just scared. It was quite windy. It was rainy. It was stormy in Cape Town that
Typical
day.
Cape Town weather.
Yes, exactly. And it was in August, and August is kind of quite like rough weather-wise. So we went flying with that one guy. Uh, yeah, that's a one flight I'll never forget because I didn't know how the aircraft works. I just wanted to be a pilot, but I didn't know how it works. I didn't know anything. I didn't know about throttle or mixture, or I just didn't know. That was the first time somebody introduces me to an aircraft. So I thought it's just like a car, and that's how you just drive an airplane. Uh, so yeah, then that flight, my first solo, wow, that was a great feeling. I didn't know I'm going solo, as most of the guys, most of whoever goes solo, he doesn't really know. You just pick him and say, okay, well, you're ready. You need to go solo now. Yeah, that was a great feeling as well. The day I got my PPL, I I was really proud of myself that day.
A huge
Not just me,
achievement, I must say. Yeah.
and that's the first actual achievement you
Yes.
feel in your hand. Like you have the license or you have the application for your license, and you are officially
a pilot.
Yeah, that was a one also. Then starting to do some cross country on my own. Um, I will never forget a flight I did. That was the scariest and the most flight I've learned from, which was a flight from Krugersdorp. It's an airfield up there in Joburg. I'm sure you know about it. It's a small runway, small airfield, and I went to ferry a 140, Cherokee 140, from Krugersdorp back to Cape Town. Having Cherokee 140 is a 100 horsepower aircraft. up there in Johannesburg with elevation of 5,500 feet.
Yep.
First altitude is high, like really high.
Yeah.
It was like just afternoon, like 1 in the afternoon or something like that.
Okay.
So it was very hot. It was in the summer. I think we had a 9,000 density altitude, and I still decided to take off. It was me and a friend of mine. Then we said, okay, now we're doing it. We had half tanks because we were flying from Krugersdorp, like a short flight from Krugersdorp to Ennigen.
Yeah.
Then we spending the night there and flying to Cape Town the next day. So yeah, we try and take off. So that that runway ends with a hill. So it's like a down under like a valley front of at the end of the runway.
Yes. Oh yes.
Yeah, so we full power and we're running on the runway, and that thing doesn't want to take off. Like just doesn't want to take off. And I wasn't the one taking off, the one next to me, my friend was taking off. So we said, okay, each one will do a leg.
Yeah.
And that was his leg. The first takeoff was his leg. He was quite experienced more than me, and he knows that, and like he knows more than me. And the aircraft just came out of a service, and he wanted to check, So I said, okay, fine, you do the first leg. And we're running on the runway, and that thing just the end of the runway coming, and the aircraft doesn't even want to lift the nose wheel, nothing. And all of a sudden, we're just thinking there in that valley, like. We just thinking, I promise you, we were like looking for a way to avoid the houses or avoid the trees in front of us. Yes, I promise you that the valley has like trees on top of the valley, or like at the end of that valley. So we need to get away somehow between these trees. And just slowly we started like circling the valley, climbing, till we got a little bit above the trees, and we just went to like in our route. And we started gaining some height. That was a flight all the way from the first point to the last point in Cape Town International.
Yeah.
It was really a lot of lessons, and I really learned a lot from that flight.
You know what I'm picking up from your experience is that it seems like we all go through a practical lesson on density altitude. It happened to me once with a colleague taking off Kruger Mpumalanga International on a hot day, and there was bad weather coming in, and ATC says clear to take off at your own discretion, but we need to expedite because Airlink is coming in. So we expedite. We go in 1/3 into the runway. We don't use the entire runway when we have density altitude at that high level. My brother, we only took off towards the end of the runway. And looking back, that was a very terrible lesson to learn.
Yes. We all tend to ignore what we actually studied. Like we did study all that, and we did read about it, and we know what will happen. But that's us as human beings. We only learn when we go through it, when it's too late. So we had to go through it. But yeah, that one. And also when I got my commercial license, that was, because it was a bit of a hard journey for me. Studying, I self-studied all the com exams. That was also a bit of a trick. It just took me a bit long. I didn't have like people around me telling me how to do it, or like people in the same same phase as me, we're helping each other and showing each other and all that. No, I was totally on my own, doing it on my own. So it was a bit tricky. Took me quite a while. CAA exams, I'm not going to tell you about the CAA com exams. It's really hard. It's really, really hard. I will never forget that first question I got in my very first exam in commercial. I can't exactly remember the question, but I remember the answers that I was in them. I know the question, I know the topic, I know what he's talking about and what he's asking about, but then you get in the answer, you get the same exact two answers, only two words different between them.
Yeah.
Which for it's should or shall. For an Arab guy, doesn't know. I don't know what's the difference between should and shall. Like, it's not what you're asking me about. You shouldn't ask me about these two words. You should
CNN loves doing that.
the subject, not on the language. You know what I mean? So you get a lot of tricky questions like that. You would be studying in one subject, then you get a question from another subject or stuff like that. So it was a bit tough for me, the commercial exams and commercial journey. And also the instrument rating was quite challenging for me in a way of just a totally new thing. And not just me, I'm sure it's for everybody.
It's a very challenging module. Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually challenging, and it was way more work than what I expected. Like, I thought, okay, now I'm flying. Now I can fly and I know how to fly. And when I got to that phase of doing my instrument rating, it was totally different than what I expected. It was a lot of hard work and a lot of concentration and a lot of money. Yeah, and I got through it. Then I got my com. I was so happy. The day I did my test. Actually, I flew to Egypt. Yeah, I didn't tell my parents or anybody that I did my test or I'm coming to Egypt. I just went back to them with the 3 stars. But yeah, no, I had a good journey, and I am proud of it, and I'm proud of myself the way I went through it.
Nice. So now you've gone through all these challenges. You've gotten your commercial pilot license with instrument rating. I reckon now the next step is you building more hours and perhaps taking on your ATPL as well.
I got my commercial in Egypt, in Cape Town, and then I came back to Egypt to do. I'm sure you know about the conversion between a license and another. So for the people who don't know about it, if you get your license in a country, for you to go fly in another country, you have to do something called the conversion. So you need to convert your license to that country you're going to fly in, unless there's an agreement or whatever between these countries that wouldn't make you have to do that license. I think like South Africans who fly in Namibia or some of these countries around you guys, you don't have to do the conversion.
No, not at all.
I'm not sure exactly. But anyway, yeah, so I had to do the conversion in Egypt, was flying 10 hours and writing. I also wrote my ATPL here.
Nice.
I did write it in South Africa. Yeah, I did it here. I just thought, well, my aim is to get in the airlines, and the best way for me to get in the airlines is in Egypt. Being an Egyptian, and Egypt, most of airlines in Egypt hire like low experienced pilots,
with a frozen ATPL.
Yeah, but citizens, not any. No, they don't really hire foreigners here.
Yeah.
So I was concentrating on Egypt, actually, to be honest.
Okay.
So I came back here. I thought, well, I'll write the ATP here instead of wasting my time and my money there in South Africa and writing it there. So I got my ATP here. I did the conversion here, and then Corona just hit me. I didn't have a chance to do anything. Yeah. Like I literally just finished, and 3 weeks later, Corona
started. Yeah.
Closed down everything. Yeah.
But yeah, we'll wait for Corona to pass. In the meantime, we just have to keep ourselves busy and keep current in any way we can, because the industry will open up again.
Yes. I'm not planning to just stay where I am. I'm not actually enjoying it. I want to keep moving forward, even with a small thing or a small experience or a small job. As you know, by us, it's more about how heavy, like the hours, and then how heavy the aircraft, if it's single or multi-engines and this stuff. So I want to just keep moving and getting more experience and just getting better at it. I might be going back to Cape Town, doing my instructor rating, and start instructing for a couple of years.
Okay.
Just as I said, to keep moving forward. I don't want to give up on my dream. I don't want to just leave it and say, no, I'm not getting there, because I have seen a lot of the guys now said, no, Corona has ruined the whole industry. We're not going to get a job now. Not going to recover now. You're talking about like 10 years, 5 years, 2 years. Everybody has a word. Everybody's saying the same. And he's just giving up, I don't want to do that. I want to keep moving forward and trying, at least be honored that I tried, but my goal is getting in the airlines. I would love to be in the airlines.
And the instructions down here will help you a lot. Yeah.
Yes, and I chose Cape Town because I love Cape Town, so it's my choice. I guess I can get a chance to do it here too, but I want to do it in Cape Town.
Okay.
It's a chance for me to go back, Yeah.
Well, I have two more questions.
Yes, now I'm all ears.
The one is, we've both trained under Gerard at some point.
Yes.
Wonderful trainer, wonderful instructor, actually.
Yes, I love him.
One of the best I've had so far.
Yes, I love him.
What would you say is the importance of a personal connection between a student and an instructor?
Okay, so it is a great thing because it just breaks down that wall between a student and an instructor, and that's a very important thing. And also, is the instructor can keep the line there. Okay, just remember that. Okay. You can, me and Kharad, for example, me and Kharad are best friends. Kharad is not just a friend or not just an instructor. No, we actually best friends.
Yes.
Like me and him, really, really close. I actually not just seeing him as a best friend, I see him as a father figure there. He was my father there in Cape Town. I didn't go through anything without talking to him about it. But in the aircraft, it was still a teacher and a student. He still shouted at me. He still told me how to do it. He still told me I don't want to repeat myself again. Like, he was a teacher. You know what I mean? And I gave him as a chance to do that. Like, he drew the line, and I gave him the chance. I didn't feel offended. I didn't feel anything. No, you're my teacher, and I respect you as a teacher, and you do whatever you do. It's best for me, or whatever you see is best for me. So that was a great relationship in the aircraft and on the ground. I actually really, I'm really very so grateful to have him as my instructor. He was my instructor throughout, I would say 95% of my training. He has done it with me.
Yeah. No, he was a wonderful guy. You could rely on her at any time.
Yeah, he is. He is a teacher. You know what I mean? Like, he is an instructor, but you can feel the teacher sitting with him and he's doing it with you. So I think it is great to have a good relationship, but also a respectful relationship with your instructor. That's very important, because I have flown with other guys that just doing it for getting it done. He doesn't care about what you're thinking or how you feel, if you are happy with him or not, if you're comfortable with him or not, which is actually not nice. I didn't enjoy it. Like, I didn't enjoy being with guys. I just didn't enjoy it with them. You know what I mean? I'm sure you've met these type of instructors.
Yes, that's why I had to bring up this question. Because I mean, that kind of treatment can cause a student to give up and never flag.
Yes, of course. But also, you get some students that just don't care. And
all right, let me take it to the last question. What would you say to young aviators out there who want to join the industry?
Know that you're going to work hard, and that's the only way of getting it done. Otherwise, you're not really gonna do it. You're not gonna make it. Aviation is a very, very wonderful, happy thing to do. I must say the happiest time of my life is the time I was flying. I didn't think I would be as happy when I got in that industry, but I also didn't expect I would have to work hard, or I would have to work that hard to get to where I am now. I thought it's just going to be the same as whatever I told you. I was studying for years. I got my degree before I go there, and still it was so much harder than what I had to do in Egypt before I go there. So you need to know it's not difficult. That's what I keep telling everybody. It's not difficult at all. Whatever you study, it's going to get easier the more you study and the more you know it. So it's not difficult. It's just a lot of hard work. Don't be scared to do it. The industry will come back. Everybody travels. Corona has affected it. It's going to be temporary. Just do it if you want to do it. And yeah, that's it. I actually can't say anything other than it is the most beautiful industry you can get yourself into.
Thank you so much, Adel, for coming through and for talking to us.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy you had me, and I'm so proud of it. I'm so proud of you, man.
I'll let you know when this episode goes online, and hopefully, once you're in the airlines in the future, please let's do another one.
One more thing I want to talk about, though. When I was busy with getting my PPL done, I met you that time in Santa Cruz.
Yes.
I was so scared of the commercial. I was so scared of the amount of studies I've heard I'm going to go through.
Yeah.
The one person that helped me and showed me and explained to me what is going to happen, that time you had 4 exams done already. It was you. You're the only one guided me that time, the only one I had that knew how to do it and just told me how to do it. So yeah, no, I give you that credit. I give you that credit. You really helped me so much, and you showed me the way to get it done. Thanks, man.
No, much appreciated. Thanks a lot, dude. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, just please do let me know when you get that episode online.
Yes.
And I keep following you anyway, so I will know. And
Lovely.
Keep going, and I'm always here for whatever help, whatever support you need. I'm here, and I have your back.
I appreciate.
Thanks, my friend.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.
Bye.
Can you believe that we've come to the end of a very exciting conversation with Adel from Egypt? He trained in South Africa, got his PPL and CPL there. He also went on to do his theory exams on the ATPL in Egypt. So today he holds a CPL and a frozen ATPL. I hope this has been an inspiring expose for young aviators who are intent on joining this industry. I hope they learned a lot from what Adel had to share here today. Do click the like button below, and do not forget to subscribe. It's the only way we can grow this channel and be able to reach out to even more youngsters out there who are intent on joining the world of aviation. Angelo Dube here saying stay safe from Corona, and do not forget, with every hour the cockpit beckons, we shall surely enter that cockpit 1 hour at a time. Cheers.